The Gripen E is the most lethal fighter out of Sweden, a shapeshifter that can take on every role, every weapon, every weather, and every enemy without losing its air dominance. And so every nation wants it as their next generation fighter, including Canada, a close friend of the US, some would say bestie. But the US isn't about to lose Canada without a fight, and so they've unleashed their most expensive weapons program yet, the F-35 Lightning II, which is maybe the only chance they have to match with the revolutionary features of the Swedish fighter from Saab, that is, the Gripen E. Sweden's relatively low population of just over 10 million people has not prevented them from having one of the most advanced fighter development programs in the world, and the result of this program is an air superiority fighter with possibly the most customizable, most dynamic weapons payload, airframe, engine, cockpit, avionics architecture, and electronic warfare systems ever. Number 1. Weapons payload. With up to 10 hardpoints, the Gripen E can carry an impressive 14,000 pounds payload of assorted armaments including the 27mm Mauser BK-27 cannon, GBU laser-guided bomb, short-range Iris-T missile, long-range beyond visual range MBDA Meteor, and AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missiles, the AGM-65 Maverick air-to-ground missiles, RBS-15 anti-ship missiles, among others. That all combined to ensure the fighter is survivable, with combat advantage in highly contested environments against whatever target, be it a fellow fighter in the sky, a tank on the ground, a ship on the seas, or some superhero trying to make a name. In addition to these highlighted weapons, air forces that purchase the Gripen E also have the option of acquiring their weapons from whatever manufacturer tickles their fancy, while being rest assured that the Gripen E is more than capable of wielding them thanks to a lightweight and sturdy airframe. Number 2. Airframe. The Gripen E's airframe is the core of its super maneuverability, amplified by canard control surfaces and a delta wing that contributes a positive lift force at all speeds and counters induced drag. Furthermore, the Gripen E is designed to be intentionally unstable to enable it to border on breaking the laws of physics in terms of direction changes by flying at 70 to 80 degrees angle of attack. To compensate for this intentional instability, however, the aircraft is fitted with fly-by-wire controls for a more dynamic system-based balancing as the aircraft pushes through the air with over 22,000 pounds of thrust, provided by its General Electric F414G engine. Number 3. Engine. The F414 engine on the Gripen E uses full authority digital engine control to thrust the fighter to a max speed of Mach 2 with supercruise abilities, keeping the jet, with all of its combat cargo, flying faster than the speed of sound without the use of afterburners. And thanks to the modular nature of the Gripen E that prevents the rippling effect of failures across major systems, the aircraft boasts one of the most reliable power plants in the world, accumulating, by 2010, over 143,000 flight hours without a single engine-related failure or incident. And General Electric is about to build on that success with the development of an Enhanced Durability Engine, or EDE, which is a version of the same engine to feature an advanced high-pressure turbine, resulting in thrust and temperature capability increase, reduced fuel burn rate, and better foreign object damage resistance, in case a bird mistakes the inside of the jet's engine for the cockpit. Number 4. The Cockpit. The cockpit of the Gripen E is designed as an extension of the pilot's mind and body via an absolute human-machine collaboration, facilitated by a hands-on throttle and stick control principle, where a centrally mounted stick connected to a digital triplex fly-by-wire system does the bulk of the work, from flying the aircraft to controlling the cockpit weapon systems and the wide-area display. This display, backed by a helmet-mounted display system, provides pilots, through intelligent information management, with all the necessary mission information in an intuitive interface, resulting in a high level of situational awareness and the ability to work in a perfect coordination with tactical units on the ground, on the seas, or in space, thanks to a oneness of information that is further amplified by the sensor fusion of the fighter's avionics architecture. Number 5. Avionics architecture. The sensor fusion of the Gripen E means its avionics are fully integrated using multiple military standard MIL-STD 1553B digital data buses, allowing for a programmable aircraft where new software updates can be installed almost instantly, so the fighter can continuously stay updated with the times, particularly in terms of sensory and location. The Gripen E uses a tactical navigation system that combines information from multiple onboard systems, such as the air data computer, radar altimeter, and GPS, to paint a Picasso-level quality picture of the planet and identify targets in the upper sphere, lower sphere, on the ground, on the sea, or in the air. This wide-range detection is particularly thanks to the new Raven ES-05 Active Electronically Scanned Array, or AESA radar, on the Gripen, and its Skyward G Infrared Search and Track (IRST) sensor integration, which is capable of passively detecting thermal emissions. And thanks to the transmitter auxiliary unit data link function of the radar and the external sensor pods for reconnaissance and target designation, the Gripen E is able to detect targets with low radar cross-section, such as the F-35 Lightning II, at beyond visual range. And once targets are spotted, the Gripen E can, depending on tactics employed, respond with any of its many kinetic weapons or use its cutting-edge electronic warfare system. Number 6. Electronic Warfare System. To maintain its stance as a considerable asset for suppression or destruction of enemy air defense for decades to come, the Gripen E is fitted with an advanced electronic warfare suite that comes into play when needed. This suite consists of a 360-degree spherical missile approach warning system that is capable of actively jamming radar or working in an undetectable passive mode depending on how much stealth is in demand for a particular mission. Peachy as all of it sounds though, the features of the Gripen E can only really come to life in a head-to-head against its greatest competition, a fighter born out of the Pentagon's most expensive weapons program to date, the F-35 Lightning II. With multiple nations such as Finland, Thailand, and Switzerland now on the hunt for their next top-of-the-line fighter, the Gripen E and F-35 Lightning II have been pit against each other over and over again as the main viable options, with other contending aircraft serving as mere extras to spice up the competition. But having two finalists is still one too many, and so now, the Gripen E and F-35 Lightning must battle it out for the crown, a battle centered on cost, lethality, reliability, and versatility. A single F-35 fighter costs at least $79 million, depending on the variant, which is an impressive price for a 5th-generation fighter. The Gripen E, on the other hand, has a slightly higher flyaway cost of $85 million, but that's where the cost-benefit of the F-35 ends. At a $21,000 per hour of flight cost, the F-35 is over 4 times more expensive to fly than the Gripen E, which has a per-hour flight cost of $4,700. And it gets even better for the Gripen E, with the Swedish Military of Defense estimating the cost of the full system comprising of 60 units at $9.6 billion, which pales in comparison to the Pentagon's $1.7 trillion cost estimate to run their 700-plus units of the F-35. And that's more money than the GDP of over 175 countries around the world. Both fighters support the widest array of kinetic and electronic warfare weapons and multiple ways to unleash them, whether within or beyond visual range. However, the F-35 does have the added bonus of highly advanced stealth that enables it to fly into opposition airfields to make its deliveries of fury. The fighter has minimized radar cross-section through careful alignments of edges, serration of skin panels, masking of the engine face and turbine, and the overall use of radar-absorbent material, that all combine to produce a fighter with observability low enough to qualify it as invisible in the sky. For the lethality of a fighter to be useful, it must be available on demand when demanded. And so the Gripen E was designed to be readily available by being able to be serviced quickly and easily in austere conditions, and take off from a short 600-meter takeoff strip of road within 10 to 20 minutes of landing for rapid re-engagement during missions. Whereas the US Air Force's F-35 requires up to 2,500 meters of takeoff airstrip, often hours of revitalization after landings, and a lot more hangar support, particularly to keep its stealth coatings in perfect condition. The Gripen E was designed with versatility in mind, allowing for newly developed sensors, computers, and armaments to be integrated as technology advances. It also allows the easy inclusion of local avionics and armaments once it's sold and exported. In fact, a number of South African firms provide communications and electronic warfare systems for the Gripens operated by the South African Air Force. Operators even have access to the Gripen's source code and technical documentation. The same cannot be said about the F-35, whose insides are probably the world's best-kept secret. Two fighters, both single-engine, one an American beast, the other a Swede that fought its way through the ranks to make a loud statement with the perfect blend of cost, lethality, reliability, and versatility. But perhaps the loudest statement of the Gripen E is that you should subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. That'll be all for now. Thanks for watching.